some Utah businesses already feeling the impact as tariffs take effect on Chinese imports. In the end here, the added costs are likely to be passed on to the consumer. News specialist Mike Anderson spoke with one Utah business owner about why. Mike?
Yeah, Mike, Mayday Games out of Spanish Fork makes some tabletop games that are, of course, manufactured in China. And they're now having to pay a new tariff, which in the end will mean higher prices on their products.
Running a small business is never easy.
I knew there were tariffs coming, but I didn't know what they were.
Seth Hiatt now dealing with a new squeeze on his profit margins, a 10% tariff being slapped onto games and toys.
Every time we get one of those containers, it's an extra $5,000 that I have to pay. I have to write the check from our company to the federal government to get the product out of port.
He did order this extra container to try and get ahead of the tariff. It will buy him maybe a couple of months before prices have to go up.
It's either we have to eat it or we have to pass it on the consumer.
It's a fact of life many businesses are now facing, and it hits at many levels of the chain.
It sounds like not much, but it's a five-fold increase over the whole supply chain because the distributor and the store and the consumer all got to take a piece. That's what will happen is our price of a $50 game will go to $60, $65 in a few months.
In the end, business owners and consumers both end up paying more. And cost of manufacturing, where Hiatt now lives in China, recently went up 10 to 15% too.
So to the extent that this hurts me, it hurts everybody. And it's really just another way to raise funds for the government at all of our expense.
And his worry is that ultimately it does nothing to fix trade deals.
Like there's not a place in the world that doesn't have a trade deficit with somebody. And that's just how it is. It's like, yeah, trade deficits inherently aren't bad. It means they have cheaper stuff than we can make it.
He's crossing his fingers it gets resolved before it becomes the new normal.
I hope we all get magical 15% raises somewhere.
And Hiatt says, Chinese manufacturers, they can make this stuff so cheap that essentially we need like a 300% tariff before it makes sense to manufacture back in the U.S. And he says long before then, companies like his will move on to other countries, maybe Taiwan and other places that can do it without a tariff. Back to you.
All right, Mike Anderson live for us this evening. Mike, thank you.